Today I'm going to read a story called Hot on the Trail. The author is Dina Rosenfeld. What does the author do? Good job, writes the words, and the illustrator is Norman Nodell. What does the illustrator do? Good job, draws the pictures. It was scorching and dry on that long summer day. Too hot to ride bikes and too hot to play. Not a cloud in the sky, not a breeze in the air, so Label and Yossi lounged on a chair. They sat back to back, drinking cold lemonade and sucking the ice on the porch in the shade. But as the boys' eyelids drooped over their eyes, came the sound of small sniffles and sad little cries. Who do you think it was crying? Let's find out. Yossi blinked, rubbed his eyes, and sat up in a chair. What's the matter? He called out. What's wrong over there? A small little girl in tears stood behind their front bush, her little doll carriage too broken to push. Come on, Yossi shouted to his older brother. Let's fix it and send the girl home to her mother. You see how the little girl was crying? Her doll carriage broke. Do you think it's nice that they offered help? Is it nice to help somebody who needs help? Good job. You're kidding, said Label. It's much too hot. Why should I leave my chair and my nice shady spot? I need ice and cold drinks and I simply can't budge. Then Yossi's sharp elbow gave Label a nudge. You know there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who. With any size problem or any request, this will just take 1 minute and then you can rest. Well, okay, said Label. But after 1 minute, it's back to my chair and I'm sitting down on it. So one brother wanted to help the little girl, but one brother didn't. Is it a mitzvah to help others? Good job. The poor little carriage was tipped on its side. One wheel was off and it just wouldn't ride. The boys looked around it, beside and behind it, but one screw was missing and they couldn't find it. Yossi said to the girl, wait right here, please do, while my brother and I go to buy a new screw. Now hold on, said Label. You can't go alone. Our parents won't let you and I'm staying home. No, you're not, answered Yossi. We will see this thing through because there is a mitzvah to help everyone, no matter what and no matter who. And Yossi set off in a rush down the street with Label behind him, dragging his feet. You see, they want to help the little girl fix her carriage, right? Her doll carriage. The big hardware store was empty that day. The boys found the screw and went over to pay. When the store owner said, boys, that screw is for free if you will just find the time to do something for me. Today I left home in this terrible heat, forgetting my lunchbox, and now I can't eat. Would you please go next door to the kosher bakery and buy some brown bread and 3 muffins for me? Yossi said, we can go if my brother wants to. Oh, great, muttered Label. What else can I do when I know there is a mitzvah to help everyone, no matter what and no matter who? So they set off at once to the bakery shop with the screw in a bag and the money on top. The bakery felt like an oven inside, though the doors and the windows were all open wide. The baker could barely stand up on his feet or take a deep breath in the stifling heat. Yossi bought the food and then asked the poor man, excuse me, Mr. Baker, don't you have a fan? Well, I did, said the baker, but now it won't run. And my old friend the butcher said he would give me one. But as at this busy time, I can't leave my store. And he wiped his red face and he stared at the door. What do you think the boys are gonna do? Do you think they're gonna help the baker and the butcher? Let's find out. Yossi and Label just looked at each other. Then Label grinned down at his little brother. Don't say it, Yossi. I know what we'll do, because there is a mitzvah to help every Jew. No matter what and no matter who, we will bring back that fan in a minute or two. So Label and Yossi set off with the screw and the loaf of brown bread and the 3 muffins too. Before long, they came to the right butcher store, and a blast of cold air greeted them at the door. From the back of the store came a screech and a scream. But where was the butcher? Nowhere to be seen. Just 2 children covered from faces to feet with splatters of goo and chunks of red meat. What do you think they're going to do for the butcher? Let's find out. Do you think they're doing a nice thing that they're helping everyone? Is that a mitzvah? Good job. Sorry, boys, said the butcher, but my wife's away and I'm watching my 2-year-old twins for the day. They have nothing to play with, no puzzle, no ball, so I can't get my work done here at all. Well, sir, said Label, we came for the fan, but we would both like to help you out if we can. Just because there is a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who, we will go to the toy store and look for some toys, something that's fun for your 2 little boys. And off went those 2 with a mitzvah to do, holding a fan, brown bread, muffins, and 1 little screw. Look how many people they have helped already, or trying to help. They have helped the little girl, the baker, the butcher. Who else do you think they're going to help? Let's find out. At the toy counter, they asked for a box of crayons to puzzle, a ball, and some blocks. The lady said, "These things are on the 3rd shelf. I'm afraid that today you must get them yourselves. My shoelaces tore and I have nothing to use in place of the laces to tie up my shoes." You think they're going to get shoelaces for the old woman? Let's find out. Label paid for the toys and then said, "Never fear. I know of a shoe store that's right around here. We will run there and get you a new pair of laces." The lady smiled down at their hot, tired faces. "Don't you boys have anything else you must do?" "That's okay," answered Yossi. "We want to help you. Just because there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who." So Yossi and Label were soon on their way with the size of the laces, some money to pay, the crayons, 2 puzzles, some blocks and a ball, the fan, loaf of bread, muffins, small screw, and all. Look how many things they have. All these mitzvahs they're going to do. Are you doing mitzvahs? Good. They came to the shoe store and picked the right pack of laces for ladies' shoes right off the rack. As they paid him, the shoemaker asked with a frown, "Have you boys been walking all through the town? Perhaps you have seen my granddaughter near here. She's been gone for an hour, and I really fear that she's lost or she's hurt, and I really can't wait, so I'm going to search before it gets too late." Do you think the little girl with the doll carriage is his granddaughter? Let's find out. Label was worried and Yossi was too. "What does she look like? We will find her for you, because there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who. Well, said the shoemaker, she's really quite small and she's pushing a toy carriage with her best doll. Do you think that little girl in the beginning of the story is his granddaughter? Let's find out. The boys began laughing till tears filled their eyes, and the shoemaker stared at them both in surprise. Label said, Mr. Shoemaker, please do not worry. We will bring your granddaughter back in a hurry. We know where she is and just why she's late. I'm afraid it's our fault for making her wait. So Yossi and Label started to run, up again, back again, in the hot sun. In again, out again, right through each door, dashing about again into each store. Guys, do you know what kind of a book it is? Good job, a rhyming book. My favorite, right? Shoelaces for one, selling the toys. Toys for the butcher's two little boys. Fan for the baker to cool off the heat. Bread for the hardware store owner to eat. Then they ran home with one little screw and fixed up the doll carriage as good as new. They told the girl, grandfather's waiting for you. We will walk you right to him. That's just what we will do. Because there is a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who. When the boys came back home, they found warm lemonade. The ice cubes had melted. There was no more shade. The chairs were all sticky and hot from the sun. Then their mother came out and looked at each one. Do they look happy? They look sad because their lemonade got all warm. Their ice pop melted. Their chairs were sticky. What do you think their mommy's gonna do? Let's find out. Oh, boys, she said, you seem so tired and hot. I think I can fix that. Just look what I've got. Their mother unrolled the long garden hose and sprinkled them both on the grass in their clothes. Psh! Look, what is she doing? She's cooling them off with what? What is that, guys? What is that? Good job, water. You think they're gonna like it? Soon their father drove up and said, what a hot day. Look what I brought home for you on my way. 2 ice cream cones with 4 flavors each. Chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, and peach. Oh, I think the boys are gonna be so happy now. Then Label said, Yossi, I see it is true that sometimes someone will be sure to help you if you do your best to help everyone, no matter what and no matter who. So it's a very good mitzvah to help each other, right? I hope you're doing a lot of good mitzvahs and helping your siblings, your mommies, your daddies, and everyone around you. And that makes you a lady and a gentleman when you help everyone around you. Good job. I am so proud of you. I love you.